dinner, Aunt Dilly asked, "Is Pia keeping up with her friends since the kidney transplant?" I froze mid-bite. What transplant? Pia's still on the waiting list. My parents' faces drained of color. But your parents told me she got one years ago. Said everything went perfectly. Dilly, you must be confused, I said softly, reaching across to touch her hand. She's been on the waiting list for almost 3 years now. Dilly yanked her phone from her purse, scrolling frantically through old email chains. No. Your parents told me that you got lucky with a transplant almost straight away. See? She scrolled through dozens of emails from my parents, all detailing Pia's miraculous recovery. Look at this one from last year. Pia's doing wonderfully, back to being a normal kid. And here, she just started dance class again. Her hands trembled as she scrolled further. They sent me pictures of her at a birthday party. Said she was thriving. My heart pounded. Pia hadn't been to a birthday party in 3 years. She'd never taken dance. And here, they said you turned down my offer. What offer? My voice barely came out. To donate. I got tested right after Pia's diagnosis. She pulled up an old medical document. I was a match. Not just compatible, a perfect match. My legs gave out. You offered to donate my daughter a kidney? I whispered, voice shaking. She nodded. Your parents said you weren't comfortable accepting an organ from me. Her voice broke completely. They said you cried when they suggested it. The dining room went absolutely still. Even the grandfather clock seemed to stop ticking. We can explain, Dad mumbled, shrinking into his chair like a child. Explain what? I was on my feet now, my chair crashing backward into the china cabinet. That you lied about my daughter's health? That you let her suffer while a perfect kidney was available? Mom's makeup ran in black rivers. We just didn't think it was the right time. You didn't think it was the right time for what? For my daughter's life to be saved? Dad rolled the peas around on his plate, staring at the ceramic like it was enough to make him invisible. After what Dilly did with David, we thought it was best to keep our distance. This is about her affair? The words ripped from my throat. From 10 years ago? You let my baby suffer over your pathetic grudge? My dad looked at me with pleading eyes. We were just trying to do what's best for you, honey. For Pia. My mind raced through every agonizing detail. Birthday parties in hospital rooms instead of parks. No swimming lessons. No sleepovers. Just the endless cycle of treatment. 3 years of dialysis. 4 hours at a time. 3 times a week. I'd sold my wedding ring to a pawn shop just to survive. Borrowed money from people I shouldn't have. Worked 3 jobs until I collapsed from exhaustion. All while my aunt was right there, practically begging to donate. She asked me if she was going to die. Tears were streaming down my face. Do you understand that? My 8-year-old daughter looked me in the eyes and asked if she was going to die. Dilly had collapsed into her chair, sobbing so hard her whole body convulsed. I could have saved her. I wanted to save her. I pulled up photos on my phone. Pia hooked to machines. The blood she'd vomited last week. Her growth chart showing how far behind she'd fallen. $200,000 in medical debt, while you told the world she was cured. I grabbed Pia's latest medical report from my purse, hands trembling as I read. Her heart is damaged from the strain. The nephrologist says she might not even survive surgery now because her body's so weak. You didn't just hide help. I looked them dead in the eyes. You might have killed her. Mom's body convulsed with sobs. Even she understood the monstrosity of what they'd done. Dilly stood suddenly, pulling out her phone with newfound determination. We're getting retested tomorrow. I'm calling the transplant coordinator right now. She was already dialing. We're moving Pia up the surgical schedule immediately. Dad reached out desperately. You can't just cut us out. Watch me. The words came out like ice. You had 3 years to tell the truth. 3 years of chances while she suffered. At the door, I turned back one last time. My parents sat frozen at their ruined Christmas dinner, the weight of their crime finally crushing them. You better hope she's strong enough to survive what you did to her.